evening. This is the Ohm Service. Good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Ohm. I nearly said Tales from the Ohm then.
Again?
The Ohm Service live with me, Mark from SoulOhm Reviews. We've got Chris from Lethal Coils. We've got Steve from BFG, and actually Tales from the Ohm. And Little Bro is AWOL. I've just had literally a message about 20 minutes ago. Something's gone off, so he can't make it today. Good evening, chat. Hello, spanners, you wonderful, beautiful people. And gay boys in the house.
Mr. TVP. Gay!
Gay! Good evening to you all. Well, Chris, since obviously your accident...
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it up to BFG to shout everybody out in chat. Because I can't read.
Oh, he can't do it now. He's all robot-y.
Chris, Steve.
No.
No. You sound like a Dalek.
I can hit through him if you want. Let's start.
Lost you completely.
Rachel, Unformed Ruby, Horsham Heating, how we doing? We've got BFG Hudson, hello Steve. Jules Mama Vapes, how's it going? Manic Stereo. We've got Orion's Braces in the house.
Alan!
Village Vapor, how we doing? Bill Richards. Reverend Vapes, Village Vapor yet. And...
We've got Jules Mama Vapes, Village, Manic.
TVP.
Billy!
Yeah. Tiberius Jax is in.
I love that name, Tiberius Jax.
I think that's it. And Timmy.
Timmy!
Can't forget Timmy.
You can't forget Timmy. So, Are you going to tell everybody what's happened to your eye?
Do I really have to?
Yeah, I think you ought to.
Well, I spent some time at the emergency room last night because I had a minor accident involving matches and my eyeball. And the matches won. I burnt a part of my eye out, and now it's super sensitive to light. I'm on some ointment for my eyelid, painkillers, and that's where it's at. So
just answer me one thing. Can we have a quick rendition of "I Just Called to Say I Love You"?
I just need the black, like, the black braids. The little mini braids.
I just called to say I love you.
Right, that's us in trouble, A, with the Americans, and B, with the visually impaired. I do apologise.
Oh, bless you. Oh, at least you're back now with your audio. That was a quick one. You did well there, kiddo.
Thank you, darling.
It's all right, sweetheart. It's all right, sweeties. No worries. So, how is everybody in chat? I hope you're all okay. It's nice to have you here. Mobro, I don't think we said hello to you, Mobro. Hello.
No, we didn't.
Mobro, have you got your packaging yet? You should have had it by now. I sent it the other day.
So, love to the Mobro.
Yes.
Did we say good evening to Mr. Leach? I
did.
Fabulous.
I did. I can't forget people. Tolmac's in the building too, and Irish.
And Irish, can't forget Irish.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Laser Shark.
Laser with frickin' sharks.
Sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
I got it the wrong way around there. Did you see that? Brush over, quickly.
Wasn't going to mention it.
Move on.
Oh, we're getting more people. Hey, JP Ward and Hip Hop Juice as well.
Hip Hop.
Evening, Hip Hop.
But yeah, so that's what happened to my eye, and it's not pleasant.
No.
Say that. I had to cook dinner the rest of the way with one eye.
Oh, blooming, eh?
Yep.
Oh, dear. Right, it's been only a few days with you and me, Steve, so we'll go on to Chris. Oh, by the way, enjoyed your show last night.
Thank you.
Your guest
Thank you
was
very
quite
much.
an interesting... What was his name again?
Morg.
Interesting lad. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
I've known him for a little while, so.
So, I thought we would change it up a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, we normally do the buffet and things like that, and it seems to go on forever, and I'm sure everyone gets bored of what we're vaping on. So, what I'm going to do is, what are you vaping on tonight?
Tonight.
Yes.
Tonight?
Just tonight.
Well, I've got.
So if it's only one device, it's only one device. If it's only one juice, it's only one juice.
Vupu Drag with the TM24 Pro. We've got an older one that I brought out of retirement for a little bit. The Mongrel V2 from Smog Mods, along with the 24mm Kennedy on top.
Nice.
I love it. And then we've got, obviously, the Smock Rolo badge for my pod system, which sucks, but it works a little bit at least. We got the overpowered 21700 stack with the FP on top there as well.
And you're going to be vaping all this lot tonight.
You'll see me swapping through them.
Okay.
Except minus this one probably, the profile on top of the RAM box. That one I picked out just for, our little convo.
Sorry, I just saw Irish's comment. He got hobo spooge in his eye.
No.
Irish, you're a bad man. Bad man.
Kick him while they're down. No, I'm kidding.
So what juices are you on tonight then, Chris?
Juice that I'm on with, I've got some Yogi's original granola bar. We got some strawberry. It's because it's my favorite, but we've got some raspberry jam monster going as well as Solomero and Kilberry.
There you go.
Nice.
Very, very nice stuff.
Well, I'm going to go next.
Go for it.
Yeah, it makes a change. I'm going to go next. And tonight, all I'm going to be playing around with is the Reacts. On top of that, I've got the True Mod. Now, the True Mod, I did a review yonks back, and I thought I'll dig this out. And the reason why I dug this one out is that the Reacts has variable wattage. But I found out, testing it and playing around with it, I found out that anything below 1 ohm, it goes to bypass straight away. And that's it. All you can use is bypass. So anything 1 ohm or above, you can actually use the wattage, which I think is a bit weird. So I dug out the True, and I've got a 1.3 ohm coil in there. So in that, I have got Smoothie. Oh, pronounce that for me, please, someone. W-A-U-I. W-A-U-I.
Wowie.
Yeah. That's
Wowie.
Yeah, it's a strawberry, pineapple, and mango. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It really is nice. Second thing that I am on is the Kylin M. We'll talk
about a Kelpie.
Nearly did. I'll talk about that in a second. It's my first day with it, and yes, we'll talk about that in a second. Got that on Hex, and we'll talk about this as well in a bit. I'm on Mother's Milk. That's all I'm on. Drink-wise, usual. So, Steve, what are you on?
Right, well, as per, Flash with the Zeus X on top, and inside that we've got a little bit of Milkshake Man banana. Ooh, sorry, camera's that way. And I never thought I'd find myself using one of these on a regular basis. The Smell Up Pasito.
How are you getting on with that?
Absolutely banging, mate. So far, it's had 20 ml of juice, so what's that, 10 tanks through it. Flavour's still brilliant. Cloudage is still great. That's on the direct to lung coil. I haven't tried the mouth to lung, and I haven't rebuilt the RBA yet. Because I know somebody that's probably going to want to play with that first. But at the minute, inside that, I've got some salt cherry, which is
Oh, that's the
salted.
one that you got from...
It's not smoke.
yeah, it's not smoke, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, tasty Rangers, Nick Soul sees.
And they weren't expensive, were they?
No, 3 for a tenner.
That's always
So,
good.
I've wolfed my way through the blackberry, and the Red Astair's gone, so I've just got the Heisenberg and the cherry left. So, absolutely gorgeous so far. But I am a virgin when it comes to Heisenberg, so I'm looking forward to this.
There's 2 flavours that I really didn't get on with. One, and I remember back in the day when they was mega popular, and that was Red Astaire and Heisenberg, and both of them I do not like.
I love Red Astaire.
And there was another one, Green Kelly, as well. Oh, honestly, that is... Oh, no, no. Sorry. Honestly, just thinking about it churns my stomach.
Now, if I could have got the wicking right, I'd have been on the Doom tonight, but that was a nightmare. But that's another story.
Well, no, it's not actually. It's a story that I think I wanted to talk about the Kylan M. Obviously, that's the mesh as well. Only had it today, and boy, have I had some problems with it. I seem to either over-wick it or under-wick it, if that makes any sense. Right, when it's a bridge, so you've got your mesh that goes over like a bridge. Very, very simple. You shove your cotton through, trimmed both sides, and then tuck them down into like a well. Now, the gap on the well, you either seem to have too much, exactly the same, identical. And I seem to be having mega problems either under wicking or over wicking. So how are you getting on with the Doom?
Well, I watched Mr. Mullins' wicking video, and for those that haven't seen the Doom deck, what you've got is you've got 2 juice slots at the end, but you've also got 3 juice slots right in the centre of where the cotton lays. So you have to allow for juice flow from the ends through to the middle, and it in effect sort of comes up and floods the cotton, so you don't get dry hits, allegedly. So first off, I cut it too long, 2 puffs in, and I never want to dry it like that again.
Yeah, I've had a few of them.
So then I watched a few more videos, and it said to cut it closer to the actual main core of the deck. So I did that and just took the bare minimum of cotton into the 2 ends, so I had a nice clear run through. And blow me, I got really muted flavour, and then sort of three tokes in, and I can feel the scratching for the start of the dry hit again. So I'm going to keep on persevering with it, and I'll let you know how I do next week. But
mine, it was sort of
like
I built it straight away, and so like I thought, I know how to build this. So I put my arch in, tied on, just give it a quick, just to make sure everything were all right. And I thought, right, I'm ready for this. So I shoved my cotton in, because I watched Jay Hayes' version of the review. I thought, I'm going to watch a review, because normally I try and keep away from reviews for stuff that I'm going to review. So I thought, I'll watch Jay Hayes, because I don't normally watch him, but I thought I'll watch Jay Hayes' way. And I virtually copied how he was doing it. Well, it wicked all right for about the first 2 pulls, and then the second pull, the devil grabbed hold of my mouth and booed in it. That was me being polite, and it was so like, what am I doing wrong here? because I didn't over stuff it or anything like that. So I thought, okay, fair enough. So I pulled the cotton out. By the time I pulled the cotton out, I'd ruined a mesh. Got another fresh mesh, put the mesh back in, and thought, yeah, this is all right. Okay, I'll try it another way. So I put it through, because obviously you've got to have it thick. You've got to have a thick wad of cotton to go under the mesh to keep it nice and tight, because if you don't have it really tight to the mesh, that's where you get hot spots. So I thought, okay, I'm doing this right. So I trimmed it a bit more to an angle, and I mean a really steep angle, and you've still got a load of cotton in that bulk area. So I dripped it over. It lasted me a tank full, and then yet again, dry it, and horrible taste. Third time I tried it, took it out, put more cotton in, put different type of cotton. The original cotton that I was using was literally a Muji pad. And I was literally using a chunk of Muji. One piece of Muji, took obviously the two skins off and rolled it. So brain was thinking, I'm wondering if it's too tight, even though you've got the right diameter of cotton, but because you're rolling it and it's not fluffy on the inside, it's not getting to the inside, if you understand. So I thought, right, okay, I'll try something else. So I got some, basically it's like bacon cotton. So I thought I'll try that. So I shoved that through, really trimmed it to the sides, and I mean really trimmed it. But as it drops over to go into your two juice wells, where your holes are just at the bottom, I trimmed them, not quite like a dam method, but near enough dam method. So far, so good, but now and again it floods. So yeah, I'm having a right play with it. So the best person to ask here is Chris, because you've got the profile, haven't you? So how do you do yours?
Well, let me see if I can pull it off. Yeah, enough of that. Let me see where's my tweezers? One sec.
He's got tweezers and he's going to pull it off. And he
And the
wonders
tweezers
why.
are right
And he
next to my
wonders why
desk.
he's got a dodgy eye.
Oh, that is not the reason, but
Mummy told you what would happen.
let's see. Yeah, it takes a lot of cotton for this thing.
I ended up
Basically, you know the strips you get out of like cotton bacon prime and stuff like that?
Yep.
Pretty much I use half of one of those. And I just twist the end, push it through a little bit. I don't know, does it have the ceramic spring-loaded plate on that?
Yes, it does, yeah.
On that one too? So everything is pretty much identical. So what I do is I push the wound up end through just a little bit, and then I pull it down. I pull the cotton down and push on that plate, and then I'll squeeze it through. I'll cut it maybe 3 millimeters outside from the deck, the edge of the deck itself. You know where that is? And then I'll just tuck in at the end.
You see, on the Kyling, you can't do that.
No?
No. Now, I would say that the actual juice well of this deck is probably about the same as that profile, but you can't have it that low, because what happens is you've got two slots on either side, and because they're very, very narrow slots, it just clogs it up, and the juice won't flow to the actual...
To the cotton?
yeah.
To the coil?
Less is more for mesh RTAs. Yeah, I've gathered that one. Pretty soon we will have a series on vids on wicking coming. Yeah, you certainly will.
Less is more what? Less cotton is
Less
more?
cotton, yeah. It is. On the RTA version, that's the way that I've found.
For mesh RTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say for this RDA, I've found that to not be the case.
But besides that, I've got to admit, it got some gorgeous flavour. Really is nice.
I'd love to tell you, but I think my taste buds have been permanently damaged by Satan's.
So
Satan's
is yours the same
cheekiness.
then, Stevie? Is it too much cotton or not enough?
Everything I've seen is saying sort of 3/4 of a Muji or strip, so I've made sure it's good and tight. Not overpacked, but good and tight. Yeah.
That's just how I like it.
Stop it. What I'm thinking is, I've tried it with that white stuff. Maybe I should just try it with a simple Muji pad and see how it goes with that. Thin it out a bit, and then almost Scots roll.
Yeah. What's Bill say? I use pretty much my usual, just double the cotton, cut very short so the top just stuck into the lip of the wicking channel. It wicks well but overheats, which I'm sure is the S316 mesh. Right.
I mean, Chris, Bill did mention that earlier. I mean, the 316 seems to need less power than the Canthal.
It does. The melting point is lower of stainless steel.
A lot lower. A lot lower.
So you will need less power to pump through the stainless steel coils than you will for Canthal.
I mean, everything I've seen with the Doom, 55 watts seems to be sort of sweet spot.
I'm going to have to put this actually on a wattage device to see what I'm actually pumping out at, because obviously I've got my potentiometer. So I'm only vaping to taste.
Posh bastard.
You wait.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Hopefully tomorrow. Right, Steve, you've got some news, haven't you?
Yeah, this was a worrying one from Sky News. Vaping related. Health alert has been issued after school children were rushed to hospital after vaping liquid containing spice. At least 9 children have needed treatment since February, and authorities in Greater Manchester have told people not to use THC vape. That's what apparently it's being sold as. 5 children in the Oldham area collapsed and were taken to hospital after 2 incidents, and there were other incidents between February and June in Bury and Rochdale. 2 forms of the fake natural cannabis drug have been recovered, a 10ml bottle and ready-filled e-cigarette cartridge. Allegedly sold as THC vape, the THC vape pens, THC oil, cannabis oil or cannabis vape juice. Sample tests have shown the drug mixed with the vaping liquid has the same chemical compounds as spice. My son actually mentioned this one to me, and he turned around and said, have you seen that in Manchester? I was, what, about the spice? He went, yeah. He says, aren't you worried? It's like, about what? He said, well, don't you think the aunties are just going to grab hold of this and go, oh, it's kids and it's a danger to kids and all the rest of it? And I said, well, that's like somebody trying to blame Philip Morris for somebody smoking a spliff. It's not the tobacco, it's not the vape, it's what somebody else has added to it. But I thought it was just interesting that an 18-year-old turns around and says that to his old man while we're driving home, this evening. Oh, hello, Julie. Oh, my evening just got better, boys.
You too, huh?
Hello, sweetheart.
Oh, stop it. You're cute.
Can I add just something to that? I got asked a very, very interesting question by a driver only the other week, and it's something that I don't know. For the people in chat that you actually use CBD, he was on about wanted to try CBD for he suffers with back pain. Obviously, he's sat in a vehicle for quite a long time, and obviously, what with the company that I work for, we get random drug tests. Now, I know that there's no THC in CBD, but would it come up on a drug test? I don't know if anybody can tell me in chat.
CBD doesn't. THC will. When they do a test like that, CBD doesn't show up.
Is it the actual THC that's still in your body that they pick up on?
I mean, it's got to be less than 2. With CBD, what they've said is it's got to be, I think it's less than 2%. And then it's classed as free of THC. That's the legal definition of it. Like Laser Shark says, it shouldn't show up on a drug test.
Exactly, Laser Shark. The CBD won't pop up unless they test for it itself.
Sorry, zero. Yeah, sorry, I said 2%, didn't I? I meant 0.2%, but.
I thought it was an interesting question, and instead of me blurting out, "Yeah, you'll be fine," I thought I'd try and find out.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because I've asked the same question at work. Because we do various things, so Julie, if that's behaving, we're in real trouble. It's something that we ought to be, asking the question, really, because you wouldn't want to be taking something like a gummy or something for pain or anxiety relief, and then getting busted at work for a drug test, would you?
Yeah, exactly. And we are, the company that I work for are very proactive when it comes to anything to do with drugs, alcohol, and things like that. Very, very proactive. So obviously, how intense they actually test, I don't know. But I thought it's best to find out first before you sort of like go back to someone and say, yeah, you're fine.
If it's a urine dip test, they're fairly accurate. If it's going to a lab and it's going through a spectrum analyzer, the slightest amount's going to show up.
Well, that's an offer you can't refuse, Steve.
What's that then? I refuse to answer that one on the grounds that she might hear.
Oh, shit.
And I'm not talking about you, Julie. Oh, bless you.
Right, Hip Hop Juices turned around and said it will show.
IVC, what's going on, man?
Interesting. IVC, hey up, kiddo. Hope you're all right.
Hello, dude. Yeah, I mean, it is where I work. I mean, obviously, we do a range of sort of various methods of testing and things like that. And, a trace would, there'd be an issue there.
It would be an issue with us.
It's amazing how many times you've heard that, well, I was at a party at the weekend and they were all smoking it. If that happened, let me just sort of illustrate that. In order for that to show in a blood test, you would have to sit in a room where you couldn't see the opposite wall, probably around 3 feet square, and be breathing it in for the 48 hours.
Honestly.
I mean, that's my sort of party, just me and three. But
so, what else you got to tell us?
Do I mention the J word?
You can do.
Well, there was
Julie?
No, Jewel.
Jewel.
Yes. Said it 3 times now.
Hi, Tim.
The CEO of Juul, Kevin Burns, was being interviewed for a CNBC documentary, Vaporized America's EC Addiction, which aired on Monday night over in the States.
Is that the CBS one?
I couldn't say. It says, yeah, CBS, it looks like it is, yeah. The logo's the same, it's just the call sign underneath is different. And what they've said is, by all accounts, it's a one-sided vaping bad hit piece. During the programme, the presenter visits the Juul labs and interviews Burns and asks what he'd like to say to the parents of Juul, who are addicted to Juul. And he says, first of all, I'll tell them I'm sorry for the child using the product. Why? We've talked about this before. If you have a child, that child is your responsibility. Yeah?
Yep.
You take responsibility for that child. Why is the CEO of Juul, which does virtually everything it can, and he says himself, the equipment is not designed for anybody under 16, yeah? Well, it's older than that in the States, isn't it?
Yeah, 18.
18.
21 in most states.
You know, he says sorry twice in answer to that question. And why? Why? All you're doing is giving him more ammunition.
Yeah, but he thinks he's doing the right thing, which he's not. But that's misguided thinking.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's no... As far as I'm aware of, they have never actually promoted it for kids. As far as I'm aware of. Ever since I can remember, their packaging, everything about the Juul was very grown up. I've always thought that. It's sort of like, it's always been grown up. So I think it's that... You see, the problem with Juul's not helping themselves with the way that they're strange, weird tactics that they're doing, but that's on a business side of it. My look at it this way: if people are going to use a Juul, that's great because it's getting them off cigarettes. That's where I kind of lie. And as far as I can see, from going back to when they first came on the market, they've never promoted it to kids. So for him to come out with that and say sorry, one, I think he's put in a corner. Situation. He's sort of like he's saying things that he thinks that people want to hear.
He's shooting himself in the foot.
Doing it at the same time. He's sort of like he's in that. No matter which way he goes, he can't win.
Well,
Because if he went the other way and turned around and said, well, it's the responsibility of the parents, then you would get that attack. If he says, we apologise, he's going to get that. No matter which way he answered that question, it's a loaded question no matter what. He can't answer it right straight. So he's answered it the most humanely way, which is nice of him to do, but for us, it looks in a bad light.
I mean, to be fair, he does work it into the context of he's a father himself, you know, and he understands how these parents feel.
I mean, didn't he say that they've took flavours off, like sweetie flavours or something like that, off the line, just so it doesn't appeal more to kids?
He might have said that in a different one, that he doesn't actually say that in the article, mate, so I couldn't say yay or nay. Oh, evening, Gailey. Now, Laser Shark mentioned one here.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that too.
So, do you want to do that, Chris? Because it's your neck of the woods, mate.
Yeah, it says heads up for anyone stateside, stock up on any juice that you want to have within the next 10 months. Can't specifically say why, but it is the FDA that is causing it. To touch on that, I just want to say briefly that no, it's not quite the FDA that's done this. It's the Supreme Court judge that gave the FDA a massive time restriction on how long these businesses have to file their PMTA applications. They gave them 10 months, and you're absolutely right about that. We have 10 months before the PMTAs have to be in for all of these products, or they're all being ripped from shelves. The problem with that is that companies here in the U.S. are not going to have that kind of bankroll. They can't be filing PMTAs for every one of their products. They're going to lose a lot of product. They're going to lose shops. You're going to see a lot of things come crashing down here in the U.S. in the next 10 months.
Aren't you guys hoping that either the FDA or what's the other governing body that appeals against it?
Supreme Court?
Probably is. I forget which one it is. I know that there's the appeal, but they're waiting on who's actually going to do it. Also, vape, the vape community could appeal it as well if you do it in mass.
Could, but it's not. Again, it's not the FDA. It's
I know
the
that's
Supreme
why
Court judge's ruling.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think we can do that.
Yeah, as a bulk community, you can. So that would mean that either obviously your first protocol would be the FDA to say, "Oi, nah, this ain't right." Then there's
So
another.
here's my question to that: is that how long has this deadline been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back for a couple of years now? Now we've only got 10 months left. How much do you think
Well, it
people
was
are
the
really going to be doing?
well, it was the FDA that
It was Scotland.
it increased the actual time period.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was obviously that the general rule was so like saying no, that wasn't legal, and that's
Right.
why it's happening. So
Right,
Now-
but now I have to think about how little people were fighting back then for it. How many people do you think are really going to fight for it now that we've got just 10 months left? You know,
well, the simple answer is it's dead simple. Everybody stop vaping, just go back to cigarettes, and it'll be fine.
well, no,
Why
no,
not?
that is not the solution.
It is, because that's what your government wants.
The experts in San Francisco have already said the same about the ban in San Francisco that's going to increase smoking. Now, for the first time, I've actually seen a figure for how much a single PMTA application costs. $460,000 each, which is incredible.
And don't forget, you can't. That's not for just like one line of juices in all of their Nick strengths. That's just for like one bottle of 0 milligram Maui Wowie. All right, that's $460,000. You've got to file an application.
And even
Just
with
for that
that
1 milligram strength alone.
And the worst thing about it is, even with that application and all that money that you've just given, doesn't mean that you're going to get a pass.
Yep.
Nope.
And you lose the money as well.
Yeah. Now the thing I find interesting is, the thing I find really interesting is in this article by Neil H on EC Click, absolutely brilliant article. So he asks the pertinent question: is there any way around submitting? And asks the question: surely there's going to be loopholes. In Europe there normally is. Yeah. But he lays this out. Each tobacco product application is a unique situation. The manufacturer can submit one pre-market application for multiple tobacco products with a single combined cover letter and a table of contents for each product. So potentially that's a bit of a loop there.
You also remember that just a couple of months ago that the FDA has already approved one PMTA in the industry already.
IQR, the
Yep,
IQOS.
the IQOS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where the FDA receives a pre-market submission which covers multiple distinct new tobacco products, they intend to consider information on each product as a separate individual PMTA. Where the same information applies to multiple products, it should be noted.
Yep.
This is terrifying stuff.
It really is.
Now, if people want more information, I would, because there is a lot of information in this article, I would strongly suggest you get yourselves over to EC Click. And the article is called Vaping in America Faces Total Devastation as Anti-Vape Legislation is Moved Forwards. It was posted on July the 16th. It really is worth a read.
Do you want to slap it in chat?
I will do so.
Oh, excuse me. Because I'd like to have a look at that article myself.
Well, Neil H, I mean, he really is one of my favourite journalists at the minute. Absolutely brilliant guy.
There we go.
Awesome.
There we are.
I mean, it's without putting doom and gloom on the show and everything like that, but it is scary what's going off in America at the moment. It really is so scary.
But it's not
Because it seems like you as much as you want to fight and your hands are tied. Your hands are the way that the politics work in America compared to like work here, your hands are just so tied, and it's just so scary.
Well, on a linked topic, I mean, it looks like it's not just the USA, it's countries with close ties, because the Philippines are allegedly considering bringing in a number of anti-vape laws. was. Let me give a sec. Ben's probably going, no, they're not. Bless him. And I'm in the wrong article. I do apologise. It's... blimey. Come on, Steve. Get
Laser Shark's just put in post. Naked, for example, has 144 different juices, according to the FDA, which is 66.24 million.
Oh, boy.
See, the problem... it's not their fault, but it is the biggest problem about vaping. Vaping isn't big business. It is small cottage industries. And how can they fight? They can't fight.
Yeah,
Let's face it, the only way that you can fight in America is with money. And throwing lots and lots and lots and lots of money at something. And let's face it, these companies just don't have it because they are cottage industries.
And this is the problem, and they know it. Hence the massive cost that's attached to all this. You know, so it was the Philippines, and there's a statement come out this week, because last week I think I talked about it. They were talking about a ban on all things vape or a huge tax, as some of the American states have done. And the department cautions the public regarding harmful chemicals in devices such as nicotine, ultrafine particles, carcinogens, heavy metals, and volatile organic compounds. I don't know what they're vaping in the Philippines, but it doesn't sound like the same stuff we're on.
No, it doesn't, does it?
Results generated from peer-reviewed studies show that e-cigarette juices contain high levels of addictive nicotine, which we all know is probably no worse than caffeine, which can result in acute or even fatal poisoning through ingestion or other means. So, am I mistaken in thinking, haven't we heard this all before from the States? All they seem to have done is rehashed all the scare stories and put it into one statement, which is it's worrying. I mean, Singapore, this is even better. In addition to nicotine addiction, cases of nicotine toxicity in children of epidemic proportion has been documented in other countries with increasing prevalence of e-cigarette use.
There's that fucking word again.
Yep. And guess where he got it from, mate? Because I don't think he's talking about the UK.
You see, that is a self-prophesizing word, that.
Yep.
The epidemic word. Because people are now using the word epidemic in general conversations.
Yep.
It's not an epidemic.
Is it still possible to DIY in my state and buy nic to add at your desired strength? Yeah, Julie's got it right. They're trying to ban the sale of nicotine unless you're certified to buy it. You need to be a business. Yeah, so they're trying to prevent that from happening. But
and then what you'll do is you'll get people that'll extract it from actual tobacco.
Right.
There are ways around it.
The other thing I wanted to say about this is a lot of people are focused on, obviously flavors and juices are necessity for vaping, but another thing that's a necessity are batteries. And with them shutting down all of these shops and banning online sales, we're going to have to be buying our batteries from very unsafe sites. We're not going to be able to buy from our trusted vape sites anymore, you know?
See, what will happen is we'll go back to the very early days when we was ripping batteries out of drills and things like that.
And that's super dangerous.
You know? Well, what they're actually going to cause is everything that they're trying to prevent safety-wise, they're actually going to cause. They're going to actually increase it.
Yep.
And if people don't realise what's going, and then it'll be a case of, well, I told you it were bad.
Like that's kind of my point. Is like this is going to affect every aspect of vaping, not just the flavors and the mods and tanks that you're using, but everything.
You see, because I remember when I first started vaping, when I was on my little cigarette type things. I'd literally just started vaping back in 2011. And I can remember it clearly. Dave Dawn was reporting it. He used to do a show called Vapor Trails TV, and it was them that was reporting it. This guy, I think he was in Iowa, somewhere like that, and he'd got a mech mod, and this mech mod literally blew half his face off and burnt most of his house down. After the weeks had gone by, and obviously all the press and all this lot, and how dangerous e-cigarettes are and all that lot, the report came from the fire brigade. They have to do a proper report, and the report came out that the guy had actually bought camera batteries 2 days before, and he was using camera batteries stacked in this mech mod, and it was because of that. So you imagine the whole state cannot buy anything vape related. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Because people are going to think, oh, this battery fits, right, we'll shove that in, that'll use. Oh, I've been using it for yonks, and then all you need is one dodgy one, and
that's it.
Well, Mooch's the 18350 that was being sold as a 18650, and it had the extender and the weight on the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
turn it into an 18650. It was actually a nut.
Oh.
Honestly, it was an 18350, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Literally 18350, and what they'd done is got a nut that was the same size to increase it to make it look like an 18650 after they'd rewrapped.
Oh.
It was terrifying, dude. Really was.
Oh.
I mean,
that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, in this industry, we have got people like Mooch.
Yep.
We have got people that are actually looking out for us and making sure that e-liquids aren't got bad things in them. We are being tested and things like that, which is it's an absolutely brilliant thing that people are doing this. But as soon as you take all that lot away,
yeah.
boy, are we going to get some incidents?
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Well, I mean, the battle juice is just asking for trouble, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
Especially if it's using nicotine that you can't say is sourced from lab quality conditions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I turned around and said, you can
Crazy.
extract nicotine. Excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. Excuse me again.
again.
Do apologise. Sorry for headphone users. Wah. That was just building up. You know when you get one of them sneezes, that's
You just feel it build.
I've lost my trail of thought now. You can extract nicotine at home through tobacco. You can do it. There is a way of doing it. So you imagine moonshiners. I'm on about in that kind of industrial scale. So you could get your nicotine, but how good it is, if it's got any impurities in it and things like that, that's going to be your own risk.
1 second. Nita, you're right. 18650s will not, any batteries will not be regulated by the PMTAs. You do not have to submit for batteries. That's off the table. But here's the problem. When they start banning online sales in different states, like they did with Vermont, they can no longer buy from their trusted vaporizer websites that they buy their batteries from. They can no longer do that. So that's where the problem comes in. It's not because they're going to be up for PMTAs, because they're not. Those don't have to apply.
See, we've got the advantage of Fogstar.
Yeah.
They just do batteries. They don't. I wouldn't say Fogstar was a vape site.
No.
The reason I say it's going to be affected is because with this 10-month limit that we now have on these PMTAs, you're going to see a lot of businesses go out of shop. A lot of these shops are going to go out of business. And so we're not going to be able to walk down the street to our local shop and pick up our batteries anymore. We're not going to be able to go online and order them from our trusted sites anymore. We're going to have to pick up some shoddy batteries that we don't know what the hell they are or what rewraps they are. And we're going to be left to our own devices.
You see,
which,
the worry,
like you said, Mark, it's going to increase the damage and
Yeah.
the hurt that it does to everybody else.
the worry I have more than anything else, it's not us guys. It's not us guys in chat and that.
It's
that
the
pe-
smokers.
It's the general people. It's the mass bulk who actually vape. It's Mrs. Smith that's still on a little pen style battery, goes down to the market once a week, buys a 50 ml of whatever, and that's her done. The most that she ever thinks about vaping is when she needs some more. She doesn't watch any videos, she doesn't watch YouTube and everything like that. And it's them type of people that is the most dangerous. Not even the starters, because obviously if they can't buy it, they're not going to start.
Right.
It's the people that have just got into it, and it's like, oh,
That don't know better.
Yeah. Oh, this'll do. I mean, let's face it. How many times have we heard about people putting dodgy chargers to charge a vape pen up, and that's why we've had problems with exploding
People use
batteries.
their cell phone chargers to charge up their vapes with their batteries still in the mod.
It's yeah.
Scary times.
It really is. It really is scary times, especially in America. It really is. So, on a lighter note, we've got about 10 minutes before we go. Right. Me and Steve went to a vape shop at the was it this last weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sunday.
Last Sunday, and I bought a retro vape. Now this is Mother's Milk, and I absolutely loved Mother's Milk when it first came out, but I haven't had it for absolutely yonks, absolutely couple of years, to be honest with you. So I thought, we was there and I saw it and I thought, I'm going to get some because I missed that one. And to be honest with you, I'm totally disappointed in it. It don't taste how I remember it. So I thought, have you got any juices that you've missed and you've not had it for a long, long time? Then when you've gone back to it, it's not like how you imagined it.
Yep, my first juice.
What's that?
That was a juice called Snakebite from a company called Cold Fusion. And it was really good. It was a nice cinnamon custard. I vaped on that for a while when I first started, and then it was just probably a couple of months ago that I picked up a bottle, and it didn't taste anything like I remembered it to be.
Chamois shake. When I first started, I got trying to think what the dripper was. It was my first dripper, yeah, and I got a bottle of chamois shake to go with it, and it tasted just like Murray Mint.
All right.
It was rich, it was creamy, it was minty, it was gorgeous. And I've not seen it for ages. And I happened across a shop that had some for sale. And just like Chris, I bought a bottle, got it, really excited about it, let it steep for nearly a week, thinking, I'm really getting excited. Absolute flop.
This is absolute flop. It's nowhere near. I mean, I know that if I remember rightly, the original version of Mother's Milk, that was one of the ones that had the diacetylene.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly, and it's probably that I miss out of it.
But I mean, the chamois was after the diacetyl ban. So I just really couldn't work out why it seemed so different.
Yeah, it was. This is nowhere near. It's not as intense as it used to be because it's basically strawberry custard, and it's nowhere near as intense. Strawberry in there, and the custard's very yeah. So yeah. But it's like what Julie says. Taste buds change over time, so it could be my taste buds have changed. It might be because we've got so used to sweet juices now that this isn't as sweet as I originally had it. Am I making sense?
No, you are.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if that's what the problem was with the chamois. Because when I first tried it, it was really, really sweet and creamy and unctuous. And I've smoked I said the S word. I've vaped a lot more juice since then. You know, and yeah, Batman. I say.
Why?
I mean, I remember vaping this on me tugboat, and I absolutely loved it to pieces on me tugboat. I had that on me tugboat and me True Mod, and I was as happy as Larry. And then, yeah, I got this very, very disappointed. In fact, I thought at first it were out of date or something, but it's not. So, yeah, not great.
But
Not great.
another reason to try and find some more amazing new juices that you haven't tried before.
Oh, definitely.
Let's put a positive on this, dear boy.
Definitely.
I mean, that's one. I don't know about you two, but as I've sort of carried on my journey, you do find that stuff that you would never dreamed of touching 12 months ago.
That's what she said.
I've sort of started thinking, I think I'll give that a go. Yeah, pineapple. That was one I'd never touch.
I have a pineapple. I have a mug.
Stop it.
Oh no.
Oh my lord.
Oh shit.
I've just had flashbacks to little Nicky now. I'm done. Oh, evening, Graham.
Weird Beard's asking any. I've lost it. He's just shot up there. Oh, yeah, slow down.
Nova
What
Vapes, definitely.
UK-based online shops would you recommend getting liquid from? Rochford Project.
If you're, yeah,
Empire
definitely. If you're looking for a slightly more budget option, Nova Vapes at the minute have packs of 2 bottles of 50ml with Nick to take it up to 3ml at $10.99. They do the milkshake pack. They've got ice pack. Well worth the look if you're after some really good, reasonably priced juice. Not that Jay's isn't, because Rochford Project $12.99. You can't argue with that. That stuff is crack,
Yeah.
I still have to try the Rochford project.
dude. Treat yourself. Do it.
If I can. I will.
Gotta. You've gotta. Jay.
Delicious juice.
God, Jay.
That raspberry milk that Jay does is just no.
I've always got lemon lush. It's just there. I always have lemon lush all the time, and me raspberry. I love that.
Oh, don't. Oh. This is getting confusing, this show, because I don't know what puts a bigger smile on my face, Julie or Jay.
Like Julie said.
Julie. Definitely Julie. Yeah.
Oh, but now there's fighting words. Apparently, Enigma from Empire beats Rochford.
I was going to say Empire Vape Co.
I've not tried Enigma yet.
I haven't.
I have.
I've heard good things about it.
It's a nice little vape, I've got to admit. I only had to go on our Aiden's mod. And for me, it reminded me of a screwball bubblegum.
Oh, Jesus.
Really?
Mm.
Interesting.
I don't know why it did, because it's not, the profile isn't that, but it just reminded me of a screwball bubblegum.
But we've done this before. You've sort of said, here, try this juice. I've tried it and got completely the wrong flavour profile off it. But I mean, I will say my taste buds are absolutely minging, which is why I stopped being a chef. You know, if you can't taste what you're cooking, you can't do it.
Exactly.
That's right.
But yeah, really is a nice juice. Did like it.
Oh, I might have to give that a bash. But,
I mean, I only had a few toots on our Aiden's, like, but he's my brother. just in case you were wondering, me tooting on his. So we've gone past the hour. Chrissy Boyby, my wonderful little co-host. Yeah, my boyby.
My
My
boy.
little boyby. My cute little lad from over the pond there.
Oh,
So-
Eddie Boker's in the house. Hello.
Evening, Voker.
So what do I got coming
He's
up?
the dude with the most coolest mods. He really is.
Yeah.
Honestly, he puts stuff up on Instagram. He's so like, oh. And then 2 days later, it's another one. It's, oh. And then another day, oh. So like, yeah, porn. It's just porn. He just
This
puts
is
up
why
porn.
This is why I have to be careful, because shiny-itis is real.
Oh, God, yeah. And the stuff he gets, jeeps, you think, oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It's a good job you don't live in this country. I've been knocking on your door. Oh, lend me that. I haven't reviewed that. Give it here. Come on. I'll show you how to use it. You don't need that one either. You can't vape them all. Come on, give me these. So, Chrissy baby, it's we're coming up to that. Well, we've gone past that little hour. So it's coming up on the Lethal Coils channel.
The only promises I can make are next Wednesday's show.
Ooh. Any special
yeah,
guests?
Not yet. Not currently.
To be confirmed.
To be determined. Yes. To be determined. Gonna be nursing this eye for a little while. Hope it doesn't put me out too much, but yeah. That's it.
That's it. That's as
That's
far.
it. That's me.
Yeah, you're gonna rest up and chop some logs and things like that.
Oh, I'm gonna try, but I have to wear these glasses.
Yeah, you look cool in them though.
I'm gonna have to watch my fingers on my left hand too. Like blind
wow.
spots.
Blind spots as well. But
Yeah.
yeah. So, Steve, what have you got coming up?
Well, Sunday we have an exciting
An ice cream!
guest.
Ice cream! Ice cream!
What's Goober doing outside
He
your
had to
house?
turn up. He did, didn't he? We
Hey,
have
Richie.
What's Goober doing outside your house?
awesomeness. Antipodean awesomeness is the flavour of Tales from Down this Sunday. We have Paul, aka Labworks, joining us, which I'm sure will be a fascinating show because I've got questions galore. For
He's
it.
actually our first guest.
He is, and I'm so looking forward to it. And to compound that, we'll have another little announcement on the show for you about another very special guest. So tune in Sunday and you can find out what that is.
Oh, I like it. I like the tease. I like the tease. I really do.
So, Mark, what have you got coming up, mate?
Well, I've had a little bit of a break. If you might have noticed or not noticed, so like I have actually had a break from reviewing. I did the 7-day with the off next mesh. Hope you all enjoyed that one. Next week I have got 2 pod systems and I have got the Reacts coming up. I'm also got some other little bits and pieces that are in the works. I'm trying to change things around a bit instead of doing the box standard format of just sat here waffling about what I've been trying out and things like that. So I'm trying to think of, trying to break it up and change it around a little bit instead of just this stuck standard format of FaceTime, desk time, FaceTime, and trying to give the channel a little bit more va-va-vum. Yeah, for me personally, it's I wouldn't say I'm getting bored with it, but it's so like I could do with I'm getting to that point where I could do with a change of scenery.
It's monotonous.
No, definitely not.
Well,
no, it's
repetitious. It's the same thing over and over again. You want to change it up a little bit, spice it up.
I mean, I love the 7-day.
Just take your shirt off. That'll spice it up.
I love the 7-day vlog because for me, it's all right. It's all right doing the review, but the way you did the 7-day, if you had a problem that day, it was there. The condensation, the way the coil was starting to break in, and all the rest of it.
It's all right. I'm just saying thank you to Andy.
Bless him.
I know. In fact, I've just pressed the wrong person. But Andy, thank you.
Van Dyke's not going, what the hell did I do?
What did I do? What? Sat here quietly just watching him, and he's like, what have I done? Andy Harrison. Thank you. Harris. God, I can't even speak.
I should say Andy Harrison.
Yeah, I did. I'm just losing it. Come on, you know me. So, yeah, the 7 day, it was a bit different. I didn't know if it was going to work or not. And obviously, what with me doing a review of the Next Mesh, already the standard format, and off getting in touch with me and saying, look, you've got the beta version, and that's why he was having the problems. I didn't want to just repeat exactly what I'd already done. I didn't think it was fair on myself, and I didn't think it was fair on the actual viewer. So that's why I came up with the 7 days, which I really did enjoy. Because like you were saying, it's like, today it might be brilliant, tomorrow it's maybe not. What have I done now?
No, Flashy's just put 7 days, no complaints.
I know, it was terrible. It's so like, yeah, no complaint. Shut up saying that. Do you know another one I keep on doing? And I keep on trying not to do it. I really like that, you know. I really like it. Honestly, it's terrible. Have you got one, Chris? We say constantly.
Dope.
And to be honest, that's another one I keep on saying. And to be honest with you, it's all, shut up, stop it. But you get into that flow because when you do a review, it's not scripted. It's literally what's coming out of my brain, literally as you see it. There's no script,
I like it.
and that's why I end up having these common sayings.
I like that.
So that's what's coming up on my channel. So a little bit different. If you've got any ideas, guys, drop me a message. If there's things you'd like to see me doing slightly different, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to do a review at Buckingham Palace or things like that. But you know, if you'd like to see something slightly different, the way that I do things, if you've got an idea, let me know. I'm always open, you know. So I like to doing things differently. If you think that, yeah, Mark, you're getting a bit stale there now, kid, you know, I'd change it up doing this or change it up doing that. You know, it's like, yeah,
I think Gailey's just identified one for you, mate. To be honest, I think you're really nice.
Yeah, that's probably...
To be honest, I agree.
I think so too.
Now, can I just put in here, because with Mark saying leave him a message, I don't know if anybody's been across to the SoulOhmReviews.com site, but we now have the facility to take voicemail. So you can leave us a 90-second... you can leave a 90-second message and just let us know. You know, if you can't be bothered to type it or you're just thinking. Yeah. Now, at the minute, that's on the Tales from the Ohm page. However, we will be adding that facility through to contact Mark.
The direct.
Indeed. And I've noticed that we can actually do a voice reply as well.
Ooh.
Ooh, I say.
Julie.
Gailey, stop it. I'll be sat there waiting for Gailey's voicemail and I'll get a Zan, won't I? I'll be too busy stood to attention and being terrified. Oh, bless. I really wish I'd seen you two at Expo. Apparently I just missed you, but I'm hoping we can meet up at the next one. But anyway, as I say, there is now the voicemail, so if you want to get yourself across to SoulOhmReviews.com and leave us a message, please feel free. Yeah, not that, Bill. Oh, I'll say.
Just quickly in chat, Stephen Jones has been to the Samwell Hospital and City Hospital Birmingham to check out the vape shops, and they are very professional indeed. And we're doing brisk business. Oh, that's great news. Absolutely
That
brilliant
is
news.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers for that, Steve.
Thank you very much. We'll have to pop down. I think a bro trip is in order.
Birmingham again.
Yeah, I think a bro trip is in order to actually check these out and we can film it.
Liking that idea, yeah. It's whether they'll let us use the cameras inside the hospital, but
Well, if you do it on my mobile, I'm sure they won't mind.
it's an iffy one. But yeah, I'm sure we can sort something out.
I think that would be a good one, especially if you can get the actual footage either on the live show here or on the channel.
That'd be fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, a little vlog type thing. Because I ain't done a vlog in absolute ages, to be honest with you. See, ideas are coming out of me brain here. I thought about getting rid of half of this stuff and getting a couch.
Casting couch?
Yeah. No, the ideas was so like me and Steve did a live on Sunday. If you haven't watched the Tales from the Ohm, we were both together in the same room, which was a little bit weird, I've got to admit, when you're used to sort of like seeing each other from a distance. And I thought, yeah, make the man cave a bit more man cavey with a couch. And do my reviews, you know, a little bit less formal. And I thought,
Clapper activated Barry White. You know.
Yeah. Get it on.
Lights just dim.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to SoulOhm Reviews with me, Marky Mark. I can imagine it. And as always, happy vaping.
As long as you don't keep on touching my leg again, that's fine.
Well, yeah. Oh, bless you.
Oh, bless you.
That's one of our sayings and all, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bless you. Why? I haven't sneezed. Right, I'm going to wrap this up. We are now hitting the nearly 1:15 of the hour. Obviously, Vic and the gang are on in literally 15 minutes, so we don't want to go over. So I'm going to say first off, thank you. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Chris. Honestly, guys, I love my Thursdays. Thursdays are a very, very special day to me. They really are. Guys in chat, thank you so much, especially the spanners for looking after chat as well. Really, really do appreciate it. And you guys in chat, thank you for all your input. You guys do make the show and the interaction is absolutely brilliant. So big thank you to you guys. So I'm going to pass it over to Steve and then let Steve pass it over to Lethal.
Right you are. I will be echoing what Mark's just said. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really do appreciate it. I know I always put it on the post, but I honestly think this is probably one of the friendliest chat rooms on YouTube.
Yeah.
Really do. Big thank you to the spanners. As always, fantastic job, guys. Much love to my two co-hosts. Co-hosts, good. Get me?
Get
co-host.
you, co-hosts.
And I shall now pass it over to Chris to bring it on home.
Let's bring it home. All right, guys. Remember that we're the masters of our own destinies. We're the only ones in this world that can pick and choose how positive or negative our days will ever be. So please remember to keep the positivity high, keep the smile on your face, and let that negative just brush off your shoulders. Big love, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining us in chat. Thanks to all the spanners. Love you all, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.
Right, thank you very much, like all of us have said, and we will see you all next week. Don't forget the Tales from the Ohm on Sunday at 2 p.m, where we have our first special guests. So hopefully catch you all then. Bye!
Bye! Blue waffle. Blue waffle. Don't
Hashtag
Google
crumb
it.
snatcher.
Scratcher!
Crumb snatcher.
Have a washed and sent to my room. Mind, I've got to get a brass bed.
You have a license for that thing?